In the year 3988, long after Earth had become just one of many worlds humans called home, the universe was at peace, or so it seemed. Dozens of civilizations spanned the spiral arms of the galaxy. Trade was prosperous, diplomacy was thriving, and artificial intelligence governed most aspects of daily life. And yet, somewhere beyond the edge of the Orion expanse, something ancient began to stir. No telescope or probe caught the first signs. It was not an invasion in the traditional sense. It was forgetting. Whole systems went dark. AI cores became silent. Records were wiped. Colonists lost their memories, staring blankly into the stars, unable to even say their own names. Humanity, curious and stubborn as ever, sent ships to investigate. None returned. Until a single escape pod came drifting into Terran orbit. Inside it, a man named Kieran Hale, a scientist with a broken memory and a single word carved into his skin: Lorith. Lorith wasn't a place, or a weapon, or a name. It was an entity, older than stars, born before time. It consumed not through destruction, but by erasing meaning. It devoured songs, histories, memories, leaving behind only blankness. It moved slowly, patiently, like entropy given shape. At first, no one believed Kieran, but then Mars fell silent. Then Europa. Then the moons of Vega. Panic spread. The galactic assembly froze. They tried diplomacy. Lorith did not answer. They tried force. Fleets were turned to silent monuments of forgetfulness. And in this silence, humanity did what it had always done when backed against the wall. It remembered. The project began on Earth, but it soon spread. Not a weapon, not in the conventional sense, but a message, a memory. Thousands of artists, poets, musicians, grandmothers, children, all contributing pieces of who they were. They called it Project Hearth. It was launched not with missiles, but with stories. Songs sung into space, images carved into light. 1,000 voices, laughing, crying, screaming into the void, not in fear, but in defiance. As Lorith reached the solar system, a golden station floated into its path. It was not armed. It was not shielded. Inside, a single child sat reading from a storybook, her voice broadcast across every spectrum, every wavelength. The story was simple, the tale of a boy who lost his mother and found courage in her last words. But to Lorith, it was a storm. For the first time, it paused. Within the minds of those nearby, Lorith's presence was like a cold wind. But that day, it trembled. Humanity's memory wasn't just data, it was emotion, connection, legacy. A song hummed across generations, a recipe passed down by hand, a scar on the knee from childhood. Lorith could not understand it. It had faced logic and data before, and always consumed it. But this chaos of feeling, it could not process. Then something unexpected happened. A fragment of Lorith separated, not by force, but by curiosity. It took shape, human shape, and spoke for the first time in 1,000,000 years. Why do you resist? You are temporary. General Adrian Miles, overseeing the operation, stepped forward. He held up a picture, his mother holding him as a child. Because we remember, and as long as we remember, we're never truly gone. Lorith recoiled, not in fear, in uncertainty. The memories spread faster now. Humanity shared everything. Its tragedies, its triumphs, its awkward teenage years, its ancient epics. Billions of moments fired into the cosmos like fireworks. And Lorith began to feel. It didn't understand at first. The concept of grief nearly tore it apart. But then came laughter, hope, love. And in that flood, Lorith cracked. Not in defeat, but in transformation. It did not vanish. It changed. The great darkness that had consumed entire galaxies began to remember. First in whispers, then in words, then in music. Centuries later, the story is still told. Not of war, not of destruction, but of a battle fought with memory, with soul, with stubborn, reckless humanity. We did not win by being stronger. We won because we felt, because we remembered, because we sang when silence was all we had left. When the stars forget, we remind them. And that is what makes us human.